The Aquaman star posted a couple of pictures with a comment, "I never do selfies." Amber, who is on her way to reaching 4 million followers on the photo and video sharing app, garnered over 30,000 likes on her post. She elected to leave her comments blank in order to prevent trolls from harassing her. Since the couple's divorce, the actress has been embroiled in a court struggle with her ex-husband, Johnny Depp. Amber Heard is not interested in taking selfies. It would be fair to say that Amber Heard has a tumultuous 2020. The actor's highly publicized divorce with Johnny Depp became somewhat of a global phenomenon, and the fallout from the event was such that her recurring role of Mira in DC's Aquaman 2 is now in question. However, the 34-year-old is a picture of calm as she sits down to talk to us about the now on her part in the latest adaptation of Stephen King's 1978 pandemic thriller The Stand. The miniseries developed by Josh Boone follows the remnant of survivors in a post-apocalyptic world wrecked by a pandemic, who are locked in a struggle between good and evil, either siding with Mother Abigail, Whoopi Goldberg, or Randall Flagg, the Dark Man. Though populated by a plethora of interlinking storylines, King's novel has been feted for its immense attention towards charting the complex arcs of every fictional character in the saga, such as Amber Heard's Nadine Cross, a schoolteacher during the time of the flu outbreak in the novel. Nadine's fascinating journey follows her mission to meet a man who frequents her dreams, often in a sexually charged manner, who is later revealed to be a terrifying Randall Flagg himself. Along the way, she meets a 12-year-old boy named Joe and a musician Larry, who complicate her visions and ultimate destination further. Speaking on a Zoom call in a group interview, Heard says that the premiere of a show like this, bang in the middle of the COVID-19 outbreak, makes for rather interesting timing. You know, on set, we used to joke around saying, "Hey, it's day 4 of the pandemic," and now, wow, our story is very different from what's going on now, of course, but you don't understand the similarities. It is based on a global pandemic that wipes out most of the population of Earth and leaves with it the best and the most of humanity, and exemplifies them. And in an ultimate battle for the best survival of our species, the show details how we don't just survive, but how we thrive and come together to do so, she explains. Answering a question on Nadine being a seducer in The Stand, Heard says, "Thank you to the King and the genius for creating characters with real backstories that are complex and making them interesting and nuanced. During the course of the show, I've tried to do Nadine justice and bring out her humanity. A seducer can also be vulnerable, right? The seduction and vulnerability are not mutually exclusive. I don't feel as a woman I have to apologize for one in order to justify the other, or vice versa. I think Nadine is no more of a seducer than he is a survivor. She's using the tools that she has to survive in a world that's treated her a certain way." The actor is currently also in preparation for her most popular role, that of Queen Mira from the Aquaman franchise. How does she move on from a dark fantasy series to a superhero film? Both Nadine and Mira are totally different. What I seem to be really good at is getting an audience to believe in a villainous woman character. Actually, in Aquaman, it was a bit of a departure for me to play someone who's not using her womanly ways to bring evil to the world. But Nadine, on the other hand, is a character coming with a lot of psychological baggage. There's a lot of preparation for, frankly, how people behave when they have been groomed. Owning her journey was understanding people who come out of cults or those who have committed horrendous crimes. I talked to and read a lot of interviews and biographies with people who had been either kidnapped, brainwashed, or otherwise indoctrinated into a cult and brought on to participate in crimes. Some of Heard's most important scenes, ones that influenced the outcome of the series, are with Alexander Skarsgård, who plays the main villain in The Stand. Playing the literal devil, Heard says, come naturally for the Swedish actor. Once you see Alex and the character, you'll be convinced that no one else could play this role. What this character is meant to do is served as a surrogate for the devil within us, the one that acts on the lower impulses, the one who acts out not of charity but out of selfishness. It's supposed to be a character we all can relate to, or at least identify within ourselves. The whole book is a battle between the worst parts of ourselves and the best. She goes on, Alex, because he is so incredible, charming and easygoing about that charm. It doesn't feel put on at all. It's natural for us, the characters on the show, to want to follow him or listen to him or to like him. He has a way about carrying himself, speaking, and interacting that makes it easy, so easy. That's why he makes the best devil ever. Heard, who initially shot to fame in 2008 with films like Pineapple Express and Never Back Down, also adds that Nadine has been one of her most complex roles till date, and that the character's journey is a heartbreaking one. One of the key themes on the show is that beyond redemption, everyone has a choice to make always. With Nadine, a part of the real tragedy is that her choices are so much more difficult. She has been raised from an early age to follow a certain path, and she has executed that mission. An important point in the arcs of our character is really where they are met with temptation. That's what makes Nadine's path heartbreaking, which is that she ultimately does have the choice, and it's whether she will take it or not that would justify whether or not she's redeemed. So, like her on-screen avatar, does Heard believe in visions or magic at times? For me personally, I don't believe in anything for which I do not have proof in or the ability to understand. But I think it is important to remember that Nadine lives in a world that, as Stephen King brilliantly have been able to create, is both hyper-real but also surreal. She has communications with a person who isn't physically in a room but maintains a lifelong relationship with him. Flag is able to do so as a semi-supernatural being that jumps in and out of his realm and another realm. So for her, magic isn't a question. It's a part of her reality. Heard concludes with a smile. Defendant's career has virtually halted with the exception of Aquaman 2, which she was told months ago would begin filming in February 2021. The film from Heard's legal team at Reston VA's Charleston Bradhoff Cohen and Brown PC and Roanoke VA's Woods Roger PLC declared. Warner Brothers Counsel said that they do not know when Aquaman 2 will begin filming, but it will be sometime in the spring of 2021, which is also a basis for denying the continuance.